Just 12 laps into the second half of the RC Cola 200 here at Desoto Speedway in Bradenton, Florida for the Hooters Cup late models. The race leader, Bobby Gill, blows an engine going into turn 3, collects Mike Garvey. Let's take a look at the replay. There you see Gill down on the inside. Smoke already coming out behind Mike Garvey, right behind him. And there you see Garvey getting into that oil. And when that happens, Dick Anderson, you're just a passenger.
I'm telling you what, it's terrible that feeling of hitting somebody else's oil. You have absolutely no control of the car.
It's like being on ice.
Worse, I think.
And he made heavy contact into the wall. He got out of the car very gingerly. Let's take another look from another angle and see what happens as you look at Bobby Gill sitting in his disabled Goodwrench Chevrolet. This is from the front straightaway camera. There you see the engine coming unglued on Bobby Gill's number 71 car. Garvey getting into the oil. And a very dangerous spin here at DeSoto Speedway. Dick Anderson spinning with the driver's side up towards the wall.
Yeah, we've seen some of our friends really get hurt bad. And there was one of them, Butch Lindley, at this speedway right here that we actually lost. And
almost in the exact same spot.
Anytime you see a driver go in there, driver door first, always cross your fingers and say a little prayer for him, because these cars are not made to go that way.
And Mike Garvey is walking just by our broadcast booth now, and he looks a little worse for wear. And Dick Anderson, I know that you got to be concerned about when one of your fellow drivers gets hurt like that.
Well, yeah, this racing community, we all stick together. And I tell you what, when I was hurt, it was just unbelievable. All of my competitors were seriously concerned about me, and you hate to see a professional like Mike go out like that, because I tell you what, this has happened to him 3 or 4 times here in the second portion of this year, and I tell you, the man suffered enough bad luck here.
Well, watching that replay, it looked like Mike noticed the engine was blowing, and he started to turn to the top, and then it was all over.
Once you hit that oil, that thing's turning the way it wants to, not the way you want it to.
And one thing we talked about during the break, sometimes the bear eats you, as we saw what happened to Dave Mader earlier in the race, and sometimes you eat the bear, and he was in the right place at the right time when the engine blew on Bobby Gill's car.
Dave was very fortunate, I tell you. Very fortunate. He just pulled out there and passed.
Let's go down to Doug Rice in the pit area.
All of a sudden, pit road is becoming a very crowded place. Now, the pits here at DeSoto are outside the speedway, so it's an extra long trip. Bobby Gill, you led most of the first half. Exactly what happened to you out there?
Yeah, we did. I tell you, this GM Goodwrench Monte Carlo, it was running good today, and I think something at the bottom end let go. When they threw the green there, I picked up a vibration, and the car slowed down, and when I pulled down, it let the bottom end go out of it.
You must have been really proud of the way this car was hooked up for the first 100 laps or so.
It was, we're trying some new stuff on front end on this car, and that first 100 lap, the car was real good. Right there at the end, it got a little bit loose, but we closed the stagger up a little bit there to make up for it for the next 100 lap.
So Bobby Gill, he's out about 92 laps too early tonight here at DeSoto.
And Bobby Gill had a good run going as we see the field line back up for the restart, rolling into turn 3. Mario Gosselin, car number 10, the new race leader. Daryl Shelnut running second. Jimmy Cope in third. And Russell Bearden in fourth. And then the lap cars down on the inside. Jody Ridley leading those cars. And then moving up on the inside, it's Randy Fox in the 4 car. And then Dave Mader. He's now only a lap down, Dick Anderson.
We see Jimmy Cope starting to go underneath Shelnut, fighting for the second spot.
Jimmy Cope trying to work underneath Daryl Shelnut, and those are 2 drivers that know their way around this speedway. Jimmy Cope now moves up into second, and it looks like Shelnut may not be working as well as he was earlier in the event, Dick.
Yeah, it's really surprising. I hope he might have a tire going down.
There you see Russell Bearden, who in the 75 car, who was running in 4th, now trying to work his way underneath Shelnut. He'll move up into 5th, and directly behind Shelnut now is Randy Fox in the 4 car, who's a lap down, and Dave Mader the 3rd, relieving Dick Anderson in the 92 car. He's just a lap down. And Dick, what do you think that Frankie Grill is telling him on the radio at this point in the race? 120 laps in the books.
Well, Frankie's another one like Dave. He never gives up, and Frankie will push you right to the end. He never says I quit on these things.
And there you see Randy Fox and Dave Mader is going to look to the inside, and they're side by side down the back straightaway into turn 3. So Dave Mader picks up another position on the racetrack, and he's getting closer to the leaders that are directly in front of him. There you saw Daryl Shelnut, who was in 4th, go right out of the picture in front of Mader. So he's not that far behind from the leaders, Dick.
Now you'll find out as the race goes on that Dave's got a good race car under him.
the way the car is set up, is the car quicker with colder tires like when we first come out of a caution, or does he need a few laps to get those tires cooking?
I don't know why, Roby, but our car seems to always run good later in the race. I don't know what to contribute that to, but as far as I'm concerned, that's when you want it to run its best.
That's probably a secret that Frankie Grill isn't giving up.
Probably so.
He may give his driver a lot, but he doesn't give him everything.
Right.
Mario Gosselin's pulled out to about a 5-car length advantage now over Jimmy Cope in car number 15. There you see the 4th place car of Daryl Shelnut. Jody Ridley a lap down in car number 98, and Dave Mader the 3rd right behind him with that number 92 Dodge also a lap down. So Ridley and Mader racing for position on the racetrack. They're trying to get that lap back from the leaders, and they've got the 4th place car of Daryl Shelnut directly in front of them. But Dick, it looks like they're going to have to start pedaling a little harder to catch Mario Gosselin.
Yeah, Mario's running good, but I notice he seems to be getting awful loose awful early in the race here. I don't know if that's a sign of things to come or not.
Well, whatever happened to Daryl Shelnut, he's sure straightened the car out. Yeah, he's running good now.
Had a little problem there to start, but now it seems like he got it straightened out everywhere it was.
And it looks like Shelnut trying to move back and challenge Russell Bearden for the 3rd spot. And Russell Bearden is a guy, Dick, that has very quietly become a front runner in Hooters Cup racing. He seems to qualify very well and runs a pretty steady race.
Russell does an excellent job. He's going to be one of the young lions that you're going to know about here before long.
And it seems like every year we get another young lion out there. There's another one, Derek Kelly in the 6 car and Steve Christian in the 12 car. Steve's had an excellent year this year.
I agree with you 100%. It seems like every year there's more and more young drivers that are doing an excellent job. I don't know what to contribute that to, but
following people like you.
That's right. They got some good teachers out there like Dick Anderson.
But it seems like the young drivers are just getting better and better as the years go on.
Here's your battle for the 3rd spot. Daryl Shelnut gets the inside line on Russell Bearden, but Russell's hanging tough on the outside, Mark.
Yeah, he is. He's not giving up. Daryl, I don't know what happened there. That car's quick now.
Well, maybe it's what we were talking about earlier, Dick. Maybe he needed a few laps to get those tires up to temperature.
Exactly.
There you see a picture of Russell Bearden on your screen out of Dalton, Georgia. And one of his neighbors up there in Georgia, not too far down the road in Chatsworth, the veteran Jody Ridley. And he is running right behind the 4th place car of Russell Bearden. And Dick Anderson, you got to enjoy, I know you talk about racing with these young lines, but you got to enjoy racing with a veteran like Jody Ridley.
Yes, because you really know what to expect. They've been around as long as I have, and we've raced a lot together. And it's kind of like when you're on the racetrack, you kind of know the move they're going to make and the move that they're not going to make. So it gives you a real comfortable feeling racing with them.
Well, you know whether he's going to take a chance or not.
Exactly.
There's our leader, Mario Gosselin, out of Lake Wales, Florida. And you know, Mark and I talk a lot on the broadcast about it seems like there's a lot of comparisons between Mario Gosselin and a young driver that you saw come up through the ranks a few years ago, a guy by the name of Joe Nemechek.
Right. They do have a lot of similarities. And right now, Mario seems to be the hottest of the young lions.
He's out in front. He is the point leader, trying to gain on the 2nd place driver in the point standings, who unfortunately is sitting up here in the booth with us, Dick Anderson. He did start the race, and he will get the points that whatever Dave Mader earns for him. But Dave had some trouble earlier in the race. Mike Garvey crashed a few laps ago, not of his own doing, got into some oil from the race leader, Bobby Gill. And I believe Doug Rice is standing by with a report from Mike Garvey's pit.
Mike Garvey was running 3rd, one of his best runs of the season, but his owner, Cam Horton, is here with us now because Mike can't be. He's over in the ambulance getting checked out. Cam, can you tell us the situation with Mike right now?
Well, they think he's just got a real mild concussion, and they're going to take him over here to the Manatee Hospital just for observation for right now. Got a little bit of a bruise on his left leg, too.
But you have a chance to talk to him, right?
He's talking to us. He's just a little bit woozy. He took a heck of a lick.
He sure did. That car came in here of Mike Garvey's, and we'll turn around and get a quick peek at it, and it was totally bent. It was tore up so bad that the right rear wheel could not rotate on it, so the wrecker literally had to drag the car of Mike Garvey's into the pits, and he's going to be taken to Manatee County Hospital and be checked out. Let's go back up to Roby and Mark.
Thank you very much, Doug Rice. And Mike Garvey did look a little groggy when he walked by the window here in front of our booth.
When we watched him get out of the race car, he was a little woozy then. He had to have help getting to the wall. So hopefully it's just a little knock that he took, and he'll be fine.
Like I said earlier, guys, this may not be one of your biggest speedways, but this is one of your fastest. And when you hit a lick in the wall here, you remember it.
And we're looking at Russell Bearden still running that 4th spot. And it doesn't look like Dave is gaining much ground on him, Dick.
No, it looks like everybody's kind of leveled out here.
And Mario Gosselin looks like he's out for a Sunday drive in that number 10 car. He's got almost a full straightaway lead now on Daryl Shelnut, who's moved up into the 2nd spot.
Now, Jimmy Cope pulled to the inside of the X. I don't know what happened to that car.
So the attrition rate beginning to build in a little bit. Does that kind of surprise you, Dick, with the mechanical failures? It doesn't seem like it's that hot of an evening tonight, about 69 degrees at race time.
It really does. I really didn't figure that attrition would really play a factor here at this racetrack with it being as cool as it is.
Mario Gosselin, so he's out in front. We're looking at Dave Mader. He's stepped to the outside now, but here comes Randy Fox on the inside. So it doesn't look like maybe the car's as strong as it was the first half of the race, Dick.
No, it sure doesn't.
Well, that was a touchy little situation there. He was on the outside of Russell, and Russell got a little loose.
Right.
So rather than being taken all the way to the wall, he got out of it, and Randy Fox got under him.
A little bit of contact there as Randy had a big push going into turn number 1, and looked like he rubbed the side of Dave Mader's number 92 car. Now he's beginning to back up a little bit.
Yeah, it's really strange. It's Randy's really having a problem all at once. He was running good there.
You wonder if the toe end on that car might be having problems.
Well, from the looks of the front end, it's very possible.
There's a lot of them out there that might be having that problem. There's quite a battle going on back here between Steve Christian and Roger Black.
I think Mader's going to finally complete the pass here.
Yeah, he went to the outside, moves around Russell Bearden on the outside, and I guess the best thing that Dave Mader could see right now is a caution flag.
Yeah, for sure. Dave's doing a good job. It's just a shame he got caught up in that mishap earlier.
Because he's got a lot of real estate to make up before he moves in on the 2 leaders of the race. Mario Gosselin out in front, Daryl Shelnut in 2nd. There you see Russell Bearden in the 3rd spot in car number 75, and I believe John Crow, I believe he may be still on the lead lap in the 38 car. There you see the race leader, Mario Gosselin, working his way around traffic and trouble in front of the leader. Tuffy Hester in car number 77, spinning, coming off of turn 2. And you know, we talked about some of these younger drivers coming up. Here's a driver that's real young. I believe Tuffy, just 18 years old, and in his 2nd year of late model racing, been watching him come up through the street stock ranks and some modified racing under his belt. And I think he might be a young driver to watch in the future.
Well, he told me that before the race he was happy to be the only. He holds the record at Lakeland Interstate Speedway, which will never be broken, as the youngest late model winner ever there. He was 16 years old and he won a late model race. That track is gone now, and the new USA International is there.
And we're going to take a quick break and come back with the restart of the RC Cola 200. 155 laps in the books, so stay with us. A lot more to come here from Bradenton, Florida.